Welcome back to the Dark Knight's Tales podcast, a podcast dedicated to horror fans around the world. I'm your host, Tanis Clark, and I'm now glad to present Haunted Train, written by J. Deep Shaw and performed by Tanis Clark and Sean Anthony. India, year 1995. 3 kids, 1 girl and 2 boys, were traveling with their parents by train, and they were having fun playing interesting games while on the train. Everyone in the train was doing their own activities, sleeping, working on a laptop, chatting with the person who sat next to them, and so on. No one knew it was a haunted train. The train had already stopped 8 times at 8 different stations. It was the 9th station where it was currently stopped. After this station, the train had to stop at 5 more stations. When the train departed again from the 9th station, everyone felt something wrong in the train, something about impending doom. The kids who were traveling with their parents saw one little boy with a lady. Their parents were sleeping, so they followed them. However, the lady and the little boy disappeared from their place when the kids almost reached them. When the girl turned back, she saw the same lady and the little boy again. The girl followed them alone. Her 2 brothers found her following the lady and the kid, but they also noticed something else, something scary. Cuts on the lady's face, her red eyes, and the black eyes of the kid who was with the lady. They tried to stop their sister, but it was too late because the lady and the kid were ghosts who had already possessed the girl. The girl's brothers returned to their parents, but they couldn't say anything because the phantom of a lady was signaling them to stay quiet. Consequently, the kids remained silent in the horror of the phantom lady. The parents perceived their children were afraid, though. Hence, they didn't ask them any more questions and instead began to find their daughter, but they just couldn't find her. The train stopped at Makajai Station. 1 more family caught the haunted train to go back to their city. After that, the phantom started to scare everyone, appearing out of nowhere and screaming in their ears. Then, the train halted between jungles. No one could open any of the doors to get off the train. The phantom of a lady had already killed the little girl by throwing her under the train. The ghosts killed many other people the same way. They also killed the train operator by slicing his head. A family that had started their journey from the first station, Jinnadel Station, and another family, which began their journey from Makajai Station, were still alive. They wanted to escape from there, but they couldn't find any solution to protect themselves from the ghosts. The phantom of a lady appeared behind these families. When they turned around to look behind them, feeling someone's presence, the ghost of a lady had already disappeared from there and appeared on the opposite side. When everyone turned back, they saw the same phantom of a lady. She killed all family members, except 2 boys of both families, by throwing huge stones at them, which cracked their skulls open. The phantom boy was forcing that family's children to play with him, even though those 2 kids didn't want to play because he was terrifying. The kids closed their eyes, but the phantom boy screamed in their ears. The kids ran away from him to reach their parents, but the phantom child stopped them. Then he screamed once more in their ears. Because of this terrifying, thunderous scream, blood gushed out of the children's ears, and they died. After killing everyone, the ghosts of the lady and the kid obtained more powers. Then they never stopped. They continued to spread their terror. They were killing people for their hunger as well as to get ultimate powers, riding on this same train.
Thank you for listening to this episode. This story was originally published in The Revenge, Book 1 of Horror Story series. If you enjoyed listening to this story, consider buying The Revenge. We will be back next week with one more scary tale. In the meantime, listen to our previous episodes of Dark Knight's Tales podcast and check out the author's website, www.jdeepshah.com.